to this situation we're following in Philadelphia's Overbrook neighborhood. It's unclear at the moment what exactly has happened here, but we can see what appears to have been some gunfire here. This is the area of 60th and Oxford. Actually, it's the intersection of 60th and Oxford, about a block away from Overbrook High School, which is on the 5800 block of Lancaster Avenue. There is a police presence here on the scene. We are now have confirmed that 4 students from Overbrook High School have been shot here, not at the school, but here about a block away at 60th and Oxford. Again, this is just unfolding right now. This all started about 20 minutes ago, so within the past few minutes, we got word that something had happened here near Overbrook High School. But as you can see, as you look at what appears to be a corner business here, maybe a barber shop or a hair salon, something like that, that there has been gunfire here in the area of Overbrook High School, and we've just confirmed here now live on the air that 4 Overbrook High School students were shot here on the scene. Chopper, if you can widen out a bit, let's get a look at this intersection here, because you can see there is an area where the crime scene tape is blocking off this intersection. We should tell you as well that schools in the district dismissed 3 hours early today, so that likely would have been right about noontime when this unfolded. But again, 4 students shot here outside of Overbrook High School. I do have some word from a source of mine that perhaps 2 of those shot are girls. This did happen here at the intersection of 60th and Oxford, about 1 block away from Overbrook High School. Police now just arriving here on the scene. It does not appear that there are any ambulances, so the victims have likely already been transported to area hospitals for treatment. As we look live here at the intersection of 60th and Oxford, this is 4 students shot outside of Overbrook High School. You remember it was just weeks ago when students were shot outside of Roxborough High School following a football scrimmage there. So another Philadelphia school district, school in the district impacted by gunfire here, gunfire that has been plaguing the city of Philadelphia here now for years, I would say, throughout the pandemic. But as you can see, as you look at this business here on the corner, it looks like perhaps a barrage of bullets unleashed here at the corner of 60th and Oxford, just 1 block away from Overbrook High School, where we have now learned that 4 students have been shot here.
And also breaking, a business owner was attacked and robbed of $60,000 in his own driveway. The victim told police he returned home along Dittman Street in Philadelphia's Frankfurt section a little bit after 2 a.m. He was approached by 3 masked men demanding money. One of them handcuffed the 33-year-old man and then pistol whipped him. They grabbed the victim's briefcase containing the cash. The man was able to run away to a friend's home.
A Philadelphia man is wanted in connection with a murder in Norristown. Police say Eugene Ware shot and killed Tyrone Guy during an argument on West Main Street Tuesday night. Detectives identified Ware as a suspect after officers found Guy's cell phone and found he had recorded the shooting. If you see Eugene Ware, you're asked to call 911.
Good evening to you. Eugene Ware is wanted on first-degree murder charges for a shooting that happened 1 week ago, right about this time. Tonight, he is considered armed and dangerous.
Me and my family just moved in down the street.
This man, who wanted to be identified as Mr. Jet, says around 10 p.m. on November 21st, he and his daughter were driving down the 900 block of Main Street in Norristown. Minutes after, a 35-year-old was shot just feet from a busy SEPTA stop and across the way from a church.
We just saw all the commotion afterwards, and all the policemen that were out here.
According to a criminal complaint, police say 41-year-old Eugene Ware fired at least 2 shots, striking Tyrone Guy in the lower body.
I saw him put the guy into the ambulance.
Guy was transported to Einstein Medical Center, where he died from his injuries. Along with 2 shell casings, police found 3 cell phones at the scene. One of them was still recording. Police believe that one belonged to Guy. The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office released these images from that video showing their suspect, identified by his distinct tattoos, along with a red and white emblem on his jacket, traced back to a clothing company Eugene Ware is associated with on Instagram.
I'm from the area, so I know a lot about the violence out here.
Ware is currently on parole for possession of a firearm and has multiple prior arrests in both Philadelphia and Norristown.
Breaking overnight flames in a West Philadelphia row house. They have killed a man and injured 2 other people. Firefighters, they rushed to the 4600 block of Walnut Street at around 1:30 this morning. They found the man's body on the first floor and rescued 2 others from the second floor. Both of them are in stable condition. Investigators say they found no smoke alarms in the home.
A tragic start to Thanksgiving in West Philadelphia after heavy smoke and flames tore through this row home. The fire ignited around 1:30 Thursday morning in the 4600 block of Walnut Street. One neighbor tells CBS 3 he saw a man dangling from a cable near a window in the back of the home. He raced to grab a ladder and pulled him to safety. When firefighters arrived, they found another man on the roof of the home's porch.
They raised portable ladders and rescued that occupant. At the same time, they stretched water lines to begin to fight the fire. On arrival, PFD companies encountered heavy fire from the first floor of this dwelling. Heavy smoke throughout the property.
Once inside, the assistant chief says a 91-year-old man was found dead inside the living room, and the 2 victims rescued were rushed to Presbyterian Hospital and are expected to survive. Now, this home is a total loss after the fire caused heavy damage, and we're told there were no working smoke detectors inside.
A 16-year-old girl is rushed to the hospital, the victim of a shooting inside a home in Elmwood. It happened just before 8 tonight on Linnmore Avenue near 67th Street. Police say the teenager was shot in the back. She is in stable condition. No arrests have been made at this time. First, a Philadelphia Parking Authority officer is shot while on duty tonight. That officer is fighting for his life as police try to piece together what led to the shooting. Good Friday evening, I'm Siafa as Yuki and Jessica have the night off. That shooting took place along Frankfort Avenue in the city's Frankfort neighborhood. Police are calling it a brazen crime. Matt Petrillo is live outside of police headquarters with the latest on the investigation. Good evening, Matt.
Hey, Siafa, good evening to you. Police believe that victim was targeted, but now authorities are working to find a motive.
It's just scary, man. You know, how day after Thanksgiving.
Police rushed to Frankfort Avenue, and detectives used flashlights to comb for clues after a parking enforcement officer was shot while on the job right in front of Philly Tech Nail Spa.
I watch parking wars, you know what I mean? But I never seen it go this far.
It's terrible. It's so tragic and scary.
We believe he was the intended target. We have some witnesses saying a car pulled up, shots were fired, and then the car pulled away.
The 37-year-old victim was shot in the left ear and right shoulder and left for dead.
It's bold, it's brazen, and it's something we're definitely going to do everything we can to solve immediately.
Neighbors say they often see the parking enforcement officer patrolling the neighborhood, adding he was friendly.
I speak to him every day. He's a good guy. He's a very nice guy. Sometimes he said hello to me.
Detectives say the shooting is possibly linked to a parking ticket written by the victim. Now officers are reviewing the names of drivers who have recently been issued tickets.
We're working here with Parking Authority. They're assisting us on going through what he did today, and we'll go back through that very carefully to see what we can find out.
Hopefully he's going to be all right.
I pray for him.
Philadelphia police have released surveillance video of 2 suspects in the homicide of a man in Frankfort. Back on November 9th, the suspects fired at least 21 shots at James Marcus Taylor from close range. This happened on the 5400 block of Akron Street. If you recognize the suspects or have any information, call Philadelphia police.
That child is now safe after being abducted in a carjacking. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington. Frightening moments for the family of that little boy. Right now, the manhunt is on for the carjacker. Siafa Lewis is at police headquarters with the very latest on this still developing story. Siafa?
Yeah, good evening, Yuki. We've heard stories like this one before. A parent runs into a business, leaving a sleeping child in their car for just a second rather than waking them. And suddenly, every parent's worst nightmare comes true.
Just after 6:30 p.m., 18th District Police responded to a 911 call, a report of a stolen vehicle with a 4-year-old boy inside, sleeping in a car seat.
The child's father stopped at this restaurant where he delivers food and stocks shelves. He left his sleeping son in his car, and what appears to be an opportunistic passerby jumped in the running car and sped off. But police caught several lucky breaks.
So we had information from the witness, we had information from the father, We got a really good description, plus the tag number of that vehicle. We broadcast it every few minutes, citywide. We had our aviation unit, which is our helicopter, up in the air, and we had police vehicles from every district in the city searching the area.
And soon thereafter, police found the child unharmed in the abandoned vehicle.
The vehicle with the child in it were both located about 2 miles from 52nd and Chancellor at University Avenue and Curie Boulevard in a parking lot.
And with the help of a witness on the scene, police now turn their attention to the suspect who stole the car with the young child still inside.
When the person who stole this vehicle jumped into the driver's seat of the vehicle, he was with a second person that witnesses detained, and we have that second person who was able to provide us information as to who stole the vehicle.